That head and spine line tells you two things. Tells you how smart you are about how straight across your hand that head line goes. But if you got any problems in that spine, it's going to show with little islands in there, those little red marks in the headline. You've only got a couple of those. Most people, I get a whole line that's all filled up with them, but yours looks good. Your spine looks fairly good. The very, very intelligent, because that line goes right across. But find that chart that says Understanding Your Cervical Spine, and look down at the bottom of it. It's got a picture of a vertebrae on it, and off of each side of each one of those vertebrae that's in your spine, those you got a nerve that comes out, and it goes into different areas of the body: your eyes, your ears, your nose, your arms, your legs, your heart, your stomach, your colon, and then they end up in your hands and your feet. And that's how I can read it. Then on that headline, find that chart now that's got the spine on it. It says Chart of Effects of Spinal Misalignment. Got a picture of the spine on it. Right next to that is the name of the vertebrae. So you got, but then they'll show on that line, according to where the spine sits. The spine starts there in between the thumb and the index finger with that first vertebrae. So under that Jupiter finger, it's going to show your cervical 1C through 7C, your cervical vertebrae. Under the Saturn finger, it's going to show your thoracic 1T through 12T, thoracic vertebrae. Under the Sun finger, it will show your lumbar spine, your lower back, 1L through 5L. And underneath that Mercury finger, it's going to show your tailbone, your sacrum, your coccyx. And if you got any problems in that area in your spine, it'll make a little red oval. It's breaking that energy, and you got a couple of them there. Basically, your spine looks really good. I don't very often get really good spines like this. You're out of place a little bit right there in the base of your neck, but generally and I'll tell you how to fix that in a minute. Basically, that's from leaning over your darn computers all the time. I didn't used to see that when I was reading in the 90s, but after the advent of computers, then everybody all over the world shows up with this stress in the base of their neck, and that's where you're out. Here's a little exercise you do if you've been leaning over those computers a lot. You can straighten that up yourself without having to run to a chiropractor. If you'll put your arms right straight out in front of you and lock your fingers together, then turn your palms over backwards. Now raise your arms right above your head. That means your palms are facing the ceiling. And push your arms back behind your head, and you'll hear it go pop, 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 and that's popping those vertebrae back in place, right at the base of your neck. I have a lot of people that work in offices, and they say they do that like once at lunch, just at lunchtime, and once before they go home to straighten up that spine. And they say they feel so much better when they got that spine aligned again to where it's not stressed out of place. It's easy to get those vertebrae kind of stressed out of place. Well, I'll tell you why, because the nerve goes out into the body, intermeshes with the muscle. When you're leaning over like that a lot, it pinches that vertebrae, turns it out of place a little bit. That nerve then gets pinched and it goes zit, zit, and intermeshes that muscle and makes a muscle spasm. The muscle spasm holds that vertebrae out of place. So you do this little exercise I told you about, and you'll pop that back in place and straighten that spine up. And walking is the best thing you can do for your spine, because it exercises those two big old back muscles that holds all those vertebrae in place. Now, in relation to that headline, you've got a line that is the health line, and it starts at the fate line and it goes up towards the Mercury finger. It's vertical, goes a little skiwampus, so it looks very good. If you have a lot of those extra lines in there, then that's been stressed too, and that's your internal organs, your colon, your stomach, your spleen, your liver, your lungs. But your line, you just got one line in there. It looks good. I'm saying you got a fairly healthy looking hand.